Alright guys, welcome back. Central Florida Prepper here. Today, I know I'm not all dolled up, cleaned up, and I ain't shaved. I'm actually working out here in the shed. I am working on some battery cables and things like that for the solar bank here. So, cutting sections of cable. This one here is a number 6 cable, 6 gauge. Let's see here if I can get that up. So it'll work for jumping from one battery to the next. Yes, I do keep them a little short. Do I have an exact measurement on these? Well, let's take a look. These are actually somewhat different because some of my batteries are not the exact same brand batteries in my battery bank. So some of the terminals are slightly further apart than others. So we've got about 14.5 inches. Alright, and some of them are 12 inches. So it just depends on which batteries and stuff like that I am hooking up to. But since we are here, I was just going to go ahead and show y'all. Taking these things down, stripping them, and putting the terminals down on them. That way, one that you know. So, you really don't strip that much wire off. I mean, that's probably, I'm going to say about 3/4 of an inch. 6 by 3/8 lug, and that way when you braid your wire, you just gently keep the wire rotating in the same way it comes out, and then when you apply your terminal in, you just gently put it in and make sure you twist the same way. That way it's locked in place, and then you leave enough so you can get that rubber garment in there a little bit, but then you just smash the crap out of them. I have seen the nice terminal end connectors. Looks like a little, kind of like a little carbon steel vise. You screw it down and it actually compresses these together. That's actually the correct way of doing that. I do not have one of those, so using a hammer works just fine. Basically, I will take one of my center punches that don't have a point, place on top, usually like using a drift pin, and then banging the crap out of it. It usually doesn't take a lot, it's just enough to indent it down so it mashes and doesn't fall out. So guys, let's go ahead and get into cutting up some more of these, and then we'll put these on. We do have a lot more stuff going on here with this electrical system that we are building. I'm trying to get everything ready and test it out before I get it out to Wyoming. That way, if anything does not work or broken, I can address it here while I have a good mailing address. When I get out there, I have to drive all the way to town to go to the post office to get things. But yeah, we have plenty of these little toggle switches. I actually like these a lot. I forgot how much I paid for them. It really wasn't that much on Amazon. I like these, but I'll also be doing a control board, things like that. These will be used for interior lighting inside the house. They are the little light up ones. Nothing fancy. I mean, they look cool, but I got like a bag of 12 of them for, I think, like $6 or $7. It wasn't bad. So guys, yeah, we'll be working on that, and this is just part of our new series I'll be working on with this solar system. Tomorrow night, make sure you stop in and watch the live stream. We will have Manifestation of Imagination on our live stream, which starts at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll be discussing a lot of solar, and I'm hoping to be able to get into some wind issues for alternating power and other ideas. The man has a lot of great information, and he's willing to come over and speak to us on a lot of these things. So, let's go ahead and get started on this good old stuff. Alright, so we got our wire dikes. These are pair of pliers. Alright, I've had these ones for several years now. They work really great, so let's pull them out of the toolbox. But since I do already have everything pre-measured, most of these are the same size. I just butt them up, run it down the cable, hold it in place. That's the length I want. I will put my cutters on it, move the other one out, and then mash the crap out of it. And then there we go. Okay, now I've already got this one already started. Like I said, we already cut off the end. So It's about 3/4 of an inch. Alright, so we've got our little ruler. You can use a tape measure, whatever you want to. Like I said, this was 3/4 of an inch. You can mark it and all that good stuff if you want to, but I'm doing these individually, so I just put my thumbnail into place. Now, you don't go start cutting like crazy with these razor blades. Yes, there are wire strippers and things like that, but if you just take your blade, mash down on it, and rotate the wire around, it will cut that insulation off just fine. Be careful. Do not cut your fingers. I have done that in the past. Alright. Once I got that cut down there, I'll start sliding across. And that way, cuts that insulation off. Just like that. Okay. Now, because the braid does have a rotational wind to it, lightly rotate it the exact same way. That way it keeps nice and tight. And then dry test one of your lugs on here. Make sure that it will slide on and that it will go down. Alright, you see how far that is there? See that exposure? I don't want that exposure. Now that lug there, for some reason, seems to be longer. Oh no, it's not. It was I had cut too long. Alright, see that there? I don't like that. You want these things to fit very snugly. Okay? You don't want that exposed wire hanging out. Now, is that an issue? Not really. But if you ever, for some reason, have some type of inspection going on, you don't want exposed wire sticking out. So that's about 1/4 of an inch. So we'll just go ahead and fan out this wiring just a little bit. And we'll get our wire dikes on here and we'll clip that off. Alright, let's go ahead and keep this going. Hopefully that fan is not picking up on the microphone. It probably is, and I do apologize if it is, but like I said, it's hot. Right, I'm standing here and I'm sweating my butt off. So, get all that trimmed up good. Alright, so I just split it down just to do that. That's alright, just fray it back out. And then gently twist it back into place. Alright, grab a lug here, slide it into place, and check it, and we're good. Alright, so let's go ahead and make some racket here and go bang on some stuff. Yeah, you can see, sweating like crazy, guys. Good thing I got some sweet tea, right? Alright, I'm going to put those on pause and we'll start banging it. Alright guys, so got the old center punch. No, I'm not going to use the point on this to punch like that. I'm actually going to be laying this over the top and then we're hitting it with the hammer. This is a pre-made hammer. This is one of my fitting hammers. This sucker is heavy. It's not the best, but I've had this thing for many years, and anytime it's ever broke, like someone drives a forklift over it, which has happened, I just re-weld it. So no big deal, but it works a lot better than just using the little lightweight claw hammer. Alright, so I tried to make sure I get this in the shot for you guys. Now, with your terminals, you got a flat end, and you got a raised end. You want that flat end sitting on the, I wish I had a metal block, but I don't. All I have is brick. So you want that flat end laying down on there, just like that. Okay, I'm going to put my center punch there just to hold it in place, and there we go. There we go. Just like that. Okay, that way that lug will not come out. So when you do your lugs, you want to check your batteries and see how your lugs are turned, whatever it is that you got going on. Alright, my lugs will be going in sideways just like this. So I want it to match up with the other lug. So you just visually look at it and try to get them as squared as possible. If it's a little off, it's no big deal. I mean, it's still doing its job, but you want it as close as possible as far as going the same way on the bend and makes your life a little easier and makes things look a lot more uniform when you go to do things. So again, we'll put our center punch there. Like I said, it doesn't take much, guys. Alright. And that's one. Okay, that's one for the battery terminal. And of course, I've still got to go and do the ground wire. I've got to do a lot more wiring for solar. Let's face it, there's a lot of wiring left. I had to go pick up a specific female end for these toggle switches. Now, I suppose in a way, if you were on a serious budget, you could just run your wire in and solder them in place. But personally, I like using the appropriate clips. That way they just slide right in when I have my wire attached, and they're protected, won't be bouncing off and touching each other. So try to do it the right way. You can do it other ways, but do it the right way. Alright guys, so that is it. This video was not intended to be very long. It's just I'm out here in the shed doing some work, and I figured I'd share what I'm doing with y'all. Make a little quick video on there. On other notes, we have had one of our longtime trolls resurface. And of course, this individual is back creating videos on me, spreading lies, stuff like that. Just spouting off. You know, the one that's been here for a while, you already know who he is. I'm not even going to address the individual because I just got sent a video today. He even admits to doing this for watch time hours. So you know what? I'm not giving you spot on my platform so you can get more watch time hours, more sub counts, things like that. You know, you might want to just go back to prepping or something like that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Let bygones be bygones, whatever. You know, just go back to creating. There's no reason to be doing the stuff you're doing right now. Okay, I haven't ever done anything to you. I responded to with a VR at one time after you already made like 3 against me, so finally I did something about it. But I'm not going to sit there and do all that all over again and increase your watch time while you spread hate and lies. So you know what, move on, man. You spend a lot of time on me, go find something else to do. Alright guys, so again, Friday night we have our live stream. So hopefully you guys will be able to stop in and check that out. Happy Halloween to everybody. Yeah, so I didn't connect any of these yet because I don't want to get electrocuted on Halloween. No, I've been real careful since I got popped years ago. Anyway, that's about it. This is just going to be a first part of our installment on our solo. Like I said, when we start getting the rest of the battery banks in, because I already showed you the battery banks that we currently have. They are mismatched. There are different batteries, as everything was done on budgets because solar is expensive, guys. This next round of batteries that we are getting, I think we had ordered 5 or 6 of them. They're all 100 amp hours on them. Run this about $160 a piece. These here will all be inlined and run the exact same way with the same cables and everything. And then we're going to try to integrate the battery system that we do have in with it. But the more uniform things are, the way things seem to work better together. So yeah, we'll be doing a lot of videos on that, guys. Like I said, we're going to be pre-testing everything here before it goes to Wyoming, because once we're out there, I don't need things to not work or things break down because I didn't have time to go through it correctly and make sure everything was operational. Alright guys, so y'all take care. Enjoy your holiday. It's fixing to be November. September, October, November. Yes, it's fixing to be November. And it's hot down here. I mean, I'm sweating. So everybody that's got that wonderful snow, I know y'all don't like snow. Many of y'all don't. I miss snow. I was raised in colder climate, so I'm really looking forward to it. Again, guys, be safe, You know, keep up your preps. We never know when things are going to happen. Of course, I'm not trying to scare anybody. Just stay vigilant, and I'll speak to y'all later.